So today I'm going to do that Smokey Eye thing that I promised somebody I'd do a few weeks ago. I've been slow these days. I'm in my 9th week of pregnancy, and quite honestly, it feels like hell. Just nausea, constant nausea. I'm not throwing up, so I'm very lucky in that regard, but just always nauseous, always fucking tired, and I get migraines so easily. I've had to call out of work a few times already, and I'm so thankful that I work for myself. I'm my own boss, because I never have to worry about losing my job, but it's expensive to take so much time off. But at the same time, it's like, it's not good if I'm getting lightheaded while I'm working on somebody and I just want to like throw up on them. You know what I mean? I'm sure they appreciate me canceling and not, gagging or like doing a half-assed job because I'm so tired. But anyhow, yeah, so let's move on. I'm going to use the Anastasia primer. So I'm doing a colorful smoky eye, and I like to use the black shadow here from the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. It's Warrior 2, I'm sorry. It's got these colors. So I'm going to be using this pitch black color, and this color will be on my brow. Yeah, and then I'm going to use this teal color as my my color. Maybe I might use more than one with the black, but anyhow, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But here we go. So I'm going to start off by laying a good foundation of primer on my bare lids. Well, bare meaning like I've already moisturized it, cleaned and moisturized it. I might have used too much primer here. I think the last video where I used primer, I kept yakking away, so I wasn't focusing, and I over-applied the primer, put way too much on, and it didn't look very good, ultimately. And I'm going to go ahead and prime it all the way out here because I like to put my shadow pretty far out. And I do put primer on my lower lash line. And I also bring that pretty far down, although I may just use under eye concealer instead of bringing the primer all the way down. I do that sometimes because I get lazy about applying too many products. So if I'm like, my dark circles aren't that dark. If I just use, if I can get away with just the primer, I will. But I think this time I will use concealer. Okay, and the other side. So I have like a little drop. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer. And you notice I'm tapping it in so that it goes into any like crevices, any like cracks I have in my skin. That way it'll even out the texture. Whew. So there is the primer. I will get to the concealer down here later in case there's fallout and I need to like wipe it off. Although I've been having much better luck with fallout since I started using Juvia's Place shadows. I think that has a lot to do with, from what I understand, technique and the formula of eyeshadow you use. Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to brush my brows back a little bit just so they're out of the way a little more. I'll probably clean them up again later. As I mentioned before, I feel like when it comes to brows, I'm really unskilled and really not unsure of what I actually want my brows to look like. So I'm just going to brush them up and out of the way for now and then figure that out later on after I do my eyeshadow. Anyway, so now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to start with the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's, and I'm going to use this white color to just kind of to just, so I'm tapping it in, and then I tap off the excess so that I don't get the fallout. And I'm going to apply it up here, and I'm just using a really light, it's a base shadow brush, but it feels to me more like a small blending brush. It's by Real Techniques. I just got this at like Fred Meyer. So I'm just kind of lining right underneath my brow bone with it so that my color will blend nicely around along the edge, the top edge. And I am kind of highlighting my brow bone. I'm also going to highlight here in the corner. But far from, like, I'm not really in the inner corner. I'm just kind of like on the outskirts of it, boundary of it. Okay. So now I'm going to lay down some color. I'm going to start with that teal before I go into the black. I know a lot of people do black first. I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe I will do the black first. Yeah, change of plans. I'll do the black first. So I'm back to the Warrior 2 palette. I'm sorry, back to the Warrior 2 palette and the black color there at the corner. It's Shawada, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this, Juvia's Place. I apologize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat eyeshadow brush like this e.l.f. one. It's cheap. I like using cheap brushes. The e.l.f. brushes because they're really affordable and they do the job. So this is kind of flat. See how it's kind of flat? It's just called the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. It was like $2, something like that. So you use this to lay the shadow down, not before blending it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tap it, tap the excess off, and I'm going to apply it just straight to my eyelid here. And you're supposed to pat it. I'm sorry, I don't know why I was dragging it. You're supposed to pat it. I knew that. I don't know why. I wasn't thinking. It's my pregnancy brain. So, I like to end it with like, I like to draw an imaginary line from, oh shit, I just got some, that's okay. Imaginary line from the bottom lash line, like I'm extending it, and that's going to be kind of like the edge of my shadow. Of course, it's not going to be definite because we're going to blend this out, smoke it up. So you know how like when you're patting the shadow on there, it goes on more opaque and more evenly. And I want that pitch black. I like that pitch black. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom lash line. This is going to look messy right now before it looks good. So I just basically use the very tip of the brush, dip the tip of the brush, tapped it off, and then patting the tip of the brush. This is so messy. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't put concealer on underneath. I got some on my waterline. I'll clean it up later. Okay. So there's that. So same thing on this side. Patting the colors in. So I'm going, my fold is kind of low, and I bring the black a little above that. So my eyes are hooded, that way you can see the black when I'm looking straight. So now I got the black on. So I am going to use the same brush. the side that I didn't put the black shadow on, that's the side that I'm going to use to lay down the teal. Okay. So now into the Festival palette by Juvia's Place for the teal. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. It's like a shimmer, teal shimmer. So I'm going to do the same thing. Shit. Which side was black? Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing. The clean side of my brush, I'm going to pat down the teal. And I'm going to tap off the excess. And now I'm going to go right above the black. Okay, right above. Not looks all stripey, but that's okay. Same thing on the other side. Like, what the fuck is going on here, Carol? All right, and then same thing, I'm going to dip the very tip. And this time, I'm going to go over the black here. And then kind of. So here we are going to blend. I'm done with that. I'm going to take this small, it's a smaller in diameter blending brush here. It's another e.l.f. brush. It's just the e.l.f. blending. Okay, also like $2. It almost looks like their crease brush. See how it's like a small circle? And it's fluffy, but still got a good amount of stiffness that it won't diffuse too much. So it's clean. I'm going to just do the edge here. I'm going to start off with the edge. What colors? Just kind of diffuse that. The edge of the blue. Okay. I'm just going back and forth really quickly. You can also do like little circles. Oh, my hair. Also, please, you should know by now my hair is just, I don't do hair videos, so I don't really care. My hair I just pull it back for work and yeah. The only time I really make it look nicer is when I'm performing or when I'm going on a date night with my husband. Otherwise, it's just, you just get this. You just have to live with it, okay? So I blended that out. I'm blending the bottom. Okay. And it goes pretty high up in my brow. And see how because I already had the white up there, I feel like it's pretty seamless up there. Okay. And then now, I'm going to wipe off the color off that brush. And now I'm going to blend the edge between the black and the blue. Oh, such a pretty combination. Okay. I'm gonna, just for more blending, added blending, I'm gonna add another layer of the teal right here, kind of like on the edge, a little lower than I had it, so it overlaps the black a little more. I'm gonna use that same brush I used earlier to lay it down. Here, that flatter eyeshadow brush. Pat it. And I am gonna do it like more like a sweep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here cotton pad, micellar water, your favorite brand. I like this one by Simple because it's not very oily. I got this it's from TJ Maxx, but I've seen it elsewhere. It's by a brand called Simple. Anyway, for dry and sensitive skin, it's micellar cleansing water. Okay. So now I'm just gonna I'm gonna apply some concealer, and I like to use my finger, a clean finger, to apply concealer. So my normal everyday, like when I do wear makeup, I use my fingers as much as possible just because it's quicker. I'll do another video, a short one, where I'm just applying stuff with my fingers for a regular work day. Okay, so I'm using the Bye Bye Under Eye It Cosmetics concealer. Just a tiny, tiny. I'm patting it like I did with the primer. Same thing on the other side. Now, if I were doing a full face for you, I would clearly do the rest of my face, but I don't know if I feel like doing a full face because I'm feeling kind of nauseous. I don't know how much I can sit down for without getting nauseous. Be in one position. Unless it's like sitting in a recliner. Might as well. Already doing it. Like I'm highlighting. Let me brush my brows again just to get it out of the way. So you're not too distracted by this brow grossness. Okay. All right. So to complete the look, I will go ahead and add eyeliner, the eye look that is. First, before I put on eyeliner, I curl my lashes first because my lashes are so short and I get really close to the root. It usually picks up the eyeliner with the back of the curler. Okay. All right, I think I got that. Now I'm going to use eyeliner. I'm just going to use the Maybelline New York Master Precise All Day pen. I start with the wing. I always start with the wing first. So, well, I try to anyway, when I remember. So I'm basically extending my lower lash line, okay? So for my lower lash line, I just draw the straight line up like that. See how it's like an extension of my lower lash line. And I do line the lower lash line. I would line my waterline, but it irritates the fuck out of my eyes. I don't like doing that, so I don't. But if you want to, for that extra smoky look, go for it. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm going to quiz you or like, you know, check up on you. So you do whatever you want, right? This is just showing you how I do things. And I'm not a professional, remember that. In other words, don't hold me to anything. Keep your expectations low, you know. And so after I draw that wing, you see that? Then I line the lash line. And I do small strokes because I don't have great control like a lot of the professional makeup artists do. There. I also like to do a lower wing. Ah! Blend this out a little more. Finishing touches. Maybe I'll do a little more of the white up there. There we go. So I'm sorry, this is the base eyeshadow brush by Real Techniques. I'm just using it to reapply some of that white I did in the beginning. And I think I'm going to do another highlight color there. Love that smoky eye. I love this blue and black combination. It's just so striking. So now I'm going to use a really tiny brush. This one is the Morphe M431. It's small. It's almost like a pencil type of, I don't know, fiber thingy. My vocabulary is so great when I'm pregnant. I don't know why I keep using my pregnancy as an excuse. I'm like that all the time. So just in my inner corner, I use this bright silvery white color. Oh, it's like white with some pink in it. It's super pretty. So I just tapped it in there. I'm sorry. I'm going kind of fast now. Tapped it in there. Tap it in my inner corner. Just as some highlight. Ooh. Super pretty. I really like that. Okay. blend that in here. Okay. So yeah, and now let me go ahead and do my eyelashes. How are my lashes? Okay, so I'm going to do one more curl, but kind of far away from the lid, just towards the end of the lashes. There. Oh, that's way too much. So I'm using this brand called Heroine Make. It's I got it off of Amazon. It's got great reviews. It's by a Japanese brand, so it's made for like Asian eyelashes, short, straight Asian eyelashes, you know. Oh, I put too much on. Okay, there we go. Make sure you don't put too much on. But it's waterproof and it's supposedly a curling mascara. It holds my curl. I'm not sure if it makes it curlier, but it's the best one for my lashes. So the Smokey Eye is my favorite look to do for performances for me. As it makes me feel so like elegant and glamorous, and it's also very impactful. And also when I'm too lazy to wear false lashes, because honestly, I hate false lashes. I hate wearing them. I like the look, but my eyes get sweaty and, you know, when I perform. So it's like I almost don't need the false lashes with really smoky a black smoky eye. Okay. So let's tackle the fucking eyebrows. Let's do these fucking eyebrows. I fucking hate them. Oh my gosh. So I will go ahead and use my NYX Proof It. Let me brush it how I want it. I think this is how I want it. I just want the top, the front hairs to be kind of up. And then everything else to kind of go the direction they grow in. So I feel like I have a natural shape there, and I want to keep that. So I will go ahead and use the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyebrow Primer. I'm going to press it down. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess, what a mighty fine mess. All right, let me find my NYX Lift and Snatch eyebrow pen, because that's my favorite. It's black. Yeah, here we go. Lift and Snatch. Because the brush is super, super tiny. I also really like the Milani one. I have this one too, the Weekend Brow. It's supposed to be semi-permanent, or not semi-permanent, but it's supposed to be stay on for like 48 hours. I have not tested that because I've always wiped it off. But this color for like drama, I like the black. And I only draw a few fibers. I don't like use it to fill in or anything. Wait, is this the, yeah. So I'm just kind of coloring in or doing the fibers where my hairs are a little more sparse. Trying to use like the lightest touch. Yeah. And I'm going the direction of my existing hair growth. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm afraid that if I do more, I will make it look a lot worse because I'm just, like I said, I'm just not skilled. This side looks needs to be more angular. There we go. So both sides have a similar angle. I just wanted to make sure I had that. All right, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Something's not right, but I feel like with my brows, there's always something that doesn't look right. Okay. Where's the proof at? Stay back. Let me fix that little. That's gonna bother me. And I'm actually going to use just my finger. That's it. That's it. So there you have it. The smoky. Something's not right about this. This blue is quite much. I guess for stage that's good, but if it's just like you're trying to do a night look, buff away that blue a little bit. But anyway, there you go. No, you know what? It's good. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. This video is already long enough. All right, there you have it. There's my colorful smoky eye. Hope you liked the tutorial. Yeah. And I'll see you next time. Feel free to leave me comments, suggestions, especially for my brows. My gosh. And anything else you want me to try. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.